to the Beverage Podcast, episode 22.
22!
Do you believe we've done 22 of these?
Yeah, because we're amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Marcus, tell me what you did this week.
A whole lot of nothing. I did see that there's potentially a new Predator movie coming out, so I got really excited about that.
Mm-hmm. You big into
Hopefully
Predator?
I'm kind of a fan. I think they're pretty great, but we'll see if it sucks or not. Alien vs. Predator wasn't too bad, so... Yeah. Whoa. Somebody's important.
That was my Predator detector. I think there's one in this room.
Sexual predator detector, or?
Yes. Well, it scans for both, so I guess I'll find out if I get killed or otherwise.
Gotcha.
So if
yeah,
you see
not a whole...
If you see any wiggly shapes in the background of our Skype call, just hang up, because I'm dead.
I don't want him to find me. We did watch Gremlins 2 yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was just as awful as I remembered it. So
awful.
I love the first Gremlins. And not that much of a fan of this one. So
that one's more like a cartoon than the other.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Tuck? What'd you do this week?
I've been getting into Magic again because there's just my friends at work were talking about it. So I've been buying some Magic cards. I have a new set out, but
yeah, very nice.
I've been reading Promethea, which is an Alan Moore thing. It's about it's hard to explain. It's about
most Alan Moore things are.
It's about this fictional character called Promethea, and she keeps coming up in literature throughout centuries, and the writers of Promethea can become her and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives in this world called the Immateria or something like that. It's the imagination, and the world of your imagination is real, and it's Promethea can travel between the imagination land and the real world. So,
is it a recent thing or is it older?
I'm not sure. I have it right here. So, 1999, 2000.
Oh yeah. So it's really recent.
16 years ago, but
close enough.
But yeah, it's good, and no one's been sexually assaulted yet, or so.
Are you sure it's Alan Moore?
What?
Are you sure it's Alan Moore?
Yeah. No women have been beat or sexually assaulted. Well, a woman got beat, but...
Well, I guess it's an Alan Moore book, then.
By a monster, not a man, so...
All men are monsters.
And the main character's a woman, so she gets beat up, you know?
Okay.
It's not like a man beating up a woman because she's a woman and she's weak and inferior.
Man has entered the forest.
Then I watched Speed Racer again. So a lot of people have been saying that it's really, give it another chance.
Like the cartoon or the movie?
The movie. It's not bad. I kind of liked it this time. I didn't really have any opinion on it the first time I watched it, but
You're drunk.
Yeah. I liked it. Have you seen it?
No, I'm just judging it.
Yeah. Give it a try. There's some cool parts. Just the races are really intense, but...
Yeah.
There's an end part at the end where, his car... stalls, and he has to figure out how to start it, him and his mom and her dad are just you have to put it in fifth gear and to start it, and he's but would he know that? And you can see him he's just feeling out the car. He's just like shifts it. It was like it starts it up. It's like and it goes, starts drifting. That was a cool part. And he's like, he has to like fight. He was in first place, and he has to like fight his way from last back to first again. That's like a really intense part of the movie. But yeah, that was my favorite part. Spoiler.
Sounds like episode 1.
Yeah. Shut up. Don't bring up that crap. But yeah, that's mostly what I did.
Nice.
Besides work. Oh, I saw Deadpool, but we'll talk about that. Spoiler free, of course, because Marcus hasn't seen it yet.
That's right.
When are you going to see it?
Never.
Oh. What?
I don't know, sometime.
Spoiler alert, it's good. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably see it sometime before the next beverage.
Good. So we got lots of commercials from the Super Bowl to talk about.
Pew pew.
It was the Pokemon one, which wasn't really. It was just like an ad about nothing. It's just like this.
Pretty much.
This world where Pokemon exists for real, and a series of people watching someone else do something and saying, "Hey, I could do that," and then they don't even do what they were doing.
The idea was planted, though.
Yeah. It's really just an ad for people to be like, hey, you remember Pokemon? That thing is 20 years old now? Which is also ridiculous. You know, it still exists, and they're going to be coming out with all sorts of new stuff this year. I think there's, like, a few new games. I mean, Pokemon Go comes out. That's the first thing I think of. I'm sure they'll announce Pokemon Z, which they haven't announced yet.
And Pokken Tournament's coming out soon, too.
Yeah, Pokken Tournament's coming out. A bunch of Pokemon stuff.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah!
And I had the commercial of Ant-Man stealing a Coke from the Hulk. What'd you think of that one?
I thought it was kind of lame, but whatever.
I thought it was... The CGI is pretty good for a commercial.
Oh, yeah. It looked good for a commercial, but it's like, come on, guys. Come on.
I liked it.
Yeah. You would.
Because the Hulk and Ant-Man are interacting for the first time. They've never done that in the movies, not yet.
Just give them a minute. They'll eat each other or something.
And why would you steal a Coke from the Hulk? That's the most
glaring. That's the
glaring.
other thing.
Hi, the strongest guy in our world, and I'm just going to steal from him and blatantly tell him I'm stealing from him as I leave?
Yeah.
And also...
That's Coke for you. It's got Coke in it.
The Hulk, Bruce Banner... has been doing all these exercises to not Hulk out, and a Coke getting stolen from him is the trigger for him to turn into the Hulk.
I think he wanted it. He wanted to Hulk out.
I think it had like drugs in it.
It probably did.
It was an edible.
Real Coke.
It had weed in it and stuff. Helps him keep him calm.
Oh yeah. Super high Hulk.
Oh, that's how he stays calm. That's my secret. I'm always high.
That's why he's an astrophysicist or whatever the frick he is.
He's a...
Because I got high.
He's a geneticist,
I don't know what he is. He's a guy.
Yeah. He's an expert in gamma radiation.
Oh!
And then we had the Turkish airline ads for Gotham.
Those are pretty good, actually.
You like those?
Yeah, those are pretty good.
The Gotham one had Bruce Wayne saying that, telling him to everyone come to Metropolis or come to Gotham, and Metropolis has had Lex Luthor telling you to come to Metropolis, which I'd much rather go to Metropolis. Well, I don't know, not in the Man of Steel universe, because Superman doesn't give a shit and he'll just destroy his own town.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't want to go to Gotham either.
I wouldn't go to...
As long as I go to my hotel room at dark, I'd be fine, I think.
That's true.
So which would you rather go to, Gotham or Metropolis, based on these commercials?
I would go to Metropolis so I could punch Lex Luthor in the face, because he's terrible and dumb.
My Predator detector went off again.
I'm not telling you if there's anything behind you.
And I'm dead.
He died like a cat.
Yeah. I don't really want to go to either of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Turkish airline seems like it would be smelly and hot.
Yeah. And this...
Like a Turkish bath.
That's one of the things with Zack Snyder films. They always have a lot of product placement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those were the commercials that I wanted to talk about for them. Now let's get into the actual trailers.
Yeah, trailer.
There was one for the Jungle Book. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That was there. It was sort of... I don't know why I included that. It's not a comic book thing, but... What do you think?
Close enough.
It feels like it's like a direct adaptation of the Jungle Book Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Jungle Book just a Disney thing, or is that...
No, I think it was a book. I'm trying to remember the name of the author. Long before Disney made it. I don't remember who the author was, but yeah, I thought it looked pretty awesome. That was one of my more favorite trailers that I saw.
Really?
Yeah.
I
loved the Jungle Book when I was a kid.
Oh.
But...
Yeah, it felt very much like a direct adaptation of the Disney film, but it's by Disney, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's just remake this movie again. We know everybody's going to go see it and buy it.
What did you... So, who was who? Bill Murray was Baloo.
Uh-huh. Ben Kingsley was Bagheera. Idris Elba was Shere Khan. That Lupito, whatever her name is, I think she was the snake.
I thought Scarlett Johansson was the snake.
I don't know.
And Christopher Walken was the orangutan, wasn't he?
He was something. I don't think he was the orangutan, but I heard his voice in there. Maybe he was. I don't know. But
yeah, that was
see,
weird.
the first time they showed the orangutan talking, it didn't sound like Christopher Walken, but then Christopher Walken's voice just appeared somewhere. So I don't know. And that orangutan is freaking enormous.
Mm-hmm. Orangutans are pretty big.
They are, but they're not that big. But I guess he's the King Louis, so he can be bigger.
Compared to like a small child, though.
Yeah.
That's all. I just wanted to touch on a little bit.
Oh, you did you? Just wanted to touch it a little bit.
Tune in Tokyo.
Whoa!
Okay, so then we have our Captain America Civil War trailer.
Boing.
It starts with Divided We Stand, or United We Stand, Divided We Fall. Like, arching, and there's cool shot of like Winter Soldier like in some sort of harness or something. He looks like Darth Vader-y, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most of the shots were old, except for the shot of Tony putting on his little metal glove and like blocking Winter Soldier's bullet. That was the best part, obviously.
Yeah, I got every time I see Black Panther, I just get crazy excited. Mm-hmm. He looks really cool.
Most of the other shots were the same, except for the end shot. It showed you got to see Ant-Man's new suit a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like his helmet looked a little bit different, like a little bit. Like chromer.
Yeah, I didn't really pay too much attention to Ant-Man. I was looking all over at everybody else that I hadn't seen. Mm-hmm. The Vision's in there hanging out with Tony Stark.
Vision finally shows up. We still haven't seen Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's true.
So how much do you think Spider-Man's going to be in it? How much?
I don't know. From the trailers, maybe not much, but maybe that's them faking us out, and he'll play a bigger role. But I don't know.
Do you think he's just going to have a cameo, or what? Because I've heard.
I mean,
he's talked about.
I feel like he's probably just going to like show up and have like a little cameo thing, and then that's it. But
because he's talked about having that he's going to fight Captain America.
Maybe after they beat the piss out of Tony Stark, then he'll show up and
I wonder. Then we had the TMNT Out of the Shadows trailer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What'd you think
I still
about?
think they should put them in suits. They need the rubber suits back.
So this trailer starts with he's like talking about what a ninja is or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing a bunch of stuff. They show the van. They're in the van, and
Mm-hmm.
we get some shots of Casey Jones, aka Arrow from Stephen Amell. We can see the Technodrome flying up in the
Mm-hmm.
sky. You can see Krang, which is pretty cool, I think. Bebop and
Mm-hmm.
Rocksteady. It feels like this one's gonna be more centered around the Turtles, because the first one felt more like it was April,
Yeah.
but all the movies before that were like about the Turtles.
Mm-hmm. That's what they're supposed to be about. But
Yeah. And what I was feeling from this is it feels like more like the original cartoon show
mm-hmm.
than any of the older movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like this one, I just really don't like that CGI stuff as much, but I feel like this one I could actually maybe go and watch and not hate it.
Yeah. It feels like they're a little bit smaller.
Like they're more proportionate to what they should be, or
No, well, no. They're smaller than they were.
yeah.
Which is I think they needed to be. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in all in all the media or all the movies before, there's the only one that's like relatively taller than April is Donnie. Donnie's always been the tallest,
Yeah.
but the rest are sort of around the same size as April. Slash Mikey's always been the shortest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've always been projected out like they're maybe 5'7", maybe.
Yeah,
Something like that.
they're
But
human sized.
mm-hmm.
They're still like super hulks, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not as big.
Yeah.
And I guess Shredder's back. Because there was like a scene of somebody popping a claw or something.
Mm.
Didn't he die in the first one?
He dies in like every movie and then always comes back.
That's
so.
true. You got me. Oh, man. So are we going to see this one? I'm going to see it, but I'll probably buy a ticket to another movie and then go see it. That's what I did last time. Last time I saw TMNT, I bought a ticket to Guardians of the Galaxy and then I went and saw Ninja Turtles.
There you go. It's not half bad of an idea. I might do that with Deadpool.
Why?
Because it's got Ryan Reynolds in it.
So it's good.
He's forever marred in my mind because of Green Lantern.
He makes fun of Green Lantern in this.
He's still forever marred in my mind. That's a deep wound that's very difficult to heal.
All right. We have a new X-Men trailer, which is actually I just rewatched it and it's a lot shorter than I thought it was.
Yeah, same here.
And it has a
There's
lot
packed into it.
It has a lot of similar shots from other trailers,
Mm-hmm.
like the scene with him like growing and like smushing Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
And there's a shot of Psylocke. Finally, she does like a really fake "I'm on wires" flip, and cuts a car in half with her psionic sword and her real sword, which I didn't really like, but she looks good.
Yeah.
She looks
Yeah,
good. Which I didn't like that shot, but I like. There's like shots of each horseman that are like that. Like there's a shot of like Storm coming down, and then she's like riding the lightning down, or something like that. And then there's a shot of Magneto like lifting up all these metal things, and there's like a shot of like Archangel swooping in and shooting his flechettes at people. And I'm hoping that those are just shots for the trailer and not for the movie,
Same here.
because those look really stupid.
Mm-hmm. It's still thankfully, Apocalypse looks much better in the movie trailers and everything than all the pictures, and it looks like it could actually be pretty good.
Yeah. And Oscar Isaac's a good actor, so I'm sure he'll do a good job.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a cool shot. It was just like a little snippet of Archangel like sweeping his wing at Nightcrawler as he like bamfed away, which I really liked. Any shots you remember really liking?
There wasn't anything really in particular that stuck out to me. I thought the characters all looked pretty good, and like it might end up being all right.
Great.
Yeah, I really have nothing. Okay. See, that's weird. Like you said, Oscar Isaac, and I had to think for a second who that was, but now I get it. It was Poe Dameron.
Yeah.
That Apocalypse doesn't look like him. Like it looks like there's an old man in there. So
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
Oh, and I heard someone talking about that it basically is Power Rangers, the Ivan Ooze comparison, because he's fighting teenagers. Yeah. Then there was a trailer for 10 Cloverfield Lane.
So is that supposed to match up at all with the other movie Cloverfield, or?
It's supposed to be a blood relative, is what they've said.
Okay, because I still haven't seen Cloverfield.
Yeah.
And that movie came out like 30 years ago.
It came out in 2008.
Yeah, 30 years.
That's about right. Yeah, and I've been... What's that?
It's just... Was it any good? I know it's pretty much just a monster movie, isn't it?
It's really good. It's like a monster... It's like a Godzilla movie, but from the view of, like, the people who are, like, on the ground.
Okay.
It's really... I like it a lot. I just rewatched it because I've been following... There's a thing called an ARG, which is an alternate reality game, which is like the studio like put out. It did this for the original Cloverfield, where it's like they set up like fake websites and like things that are in the universe of the movie, and you can like research them, and then there's like hints to like lead you to other things. And so this one has had like a company that John Goodman's works for is called Targarado, which is like a company from the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it on the website there's like an employee of the month picture of John Goodman's character, and he's wearing a shirt that says Radio Man 70. And if you go to radioman70.com, it redirects you to cuteandprettythings.com, which is just like a bunch of images of different things. Like there's a beaded necklace and like or a bunch of beads, and like the letters that are missing spell out the word Megan. And if you click on an image of like from 16 Candles, and it's like of a scene of a girl on a computer, and then like in that scene she types in, "Do you want to talk?" and it'll prompt you to type something in, and if you type that in, it'll like send you to another thing where John Goodman's character is like secretly sending messages to his daughter, and she's like warning her of like an imminent attack from someone that we don't know who it is. And he's like telling her that he's built like a bunker, and he's built her a bunker by where she lives, which if she could just go there, she can hide out to hide from this attack. And he's like sending her links for like to buy a bug out bag and like train schedules in case she wants to try and like come to Louisiana where he is, or like, and there's like a tutorial on like how to hotwire a car so she can like steal her mom's car and drive down there. Like, and they've been doing weird stuff like that.
It sounds very in depth.
Yeah, for like the original Cloverfield ARG, like none of the stuff applied to the movie at all. And people were really upset, except for like one scene where like a late girl who was like in that ARG did like these vlogs, and then like later on in the movie she's like passed out on the couch, which was like that was like the only thing that connected. But yeah, I've been following it. I've been listening to a podcast called Cloverfields, which is like two guys. They make a lot of jokes and they talk about all the updates to the ARG, and it's really interesting stuff, like how everything connects and what people do to like figure this stuff out, because they'll like go into the source code of the actual website and there'll be secrets in there. Like they did one for the Pretty Things website that like said, I know you're not supposed to see this. I'm monitoring you now, and it's like
it's all real.
Yeah, that's it. So those are the trailers from the Super Bowl. There are other trailers, but from those 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trailers from the Super Bowl, which one was your favorite? Let's rank them. 1 through 5. Which was number 1?
Probably my list would go. I think the one I enjoyed the most is probably The Jungle Book.
Really?
Yeah, and then Civil War, Avengers. Probably the Cloverfield one because John Goodman was in it, and I felt like I was watching Roseanne. And then the Turtles one.
I actually like the Turtles one, just because it had so much new stuff that we haven't seen before, like the van, and it's had the Technodrome. We got our first look at Krang. I think Krang was like really cool.
Yeah, I like the shot from behind of his big, like the mechanical Krang he was inside of. That was cool.
Like his visor and his like frowny face, his permanent frowny face.
Yeah.
Shredder!
Shredder, bring me my new body.
My body. My body.
My body. Yeah.
And then probably Captain America, Tim Cloverfield, X-Men, Jungle Book's last in my book. I don't even know why I put it in there. I didn't even like it that much. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to more trailers. This is our trailer talk episode. Trailer talk.
Crunkisode. We're going to start crunking next.
We have the final Batman vs. Superman trailer, which is like the best one yet. I don't know why this was the last one. So we've got Alfred and Batman. They're working together to take out some bad guys, and he's like remote piloting the bat plane for some reason. And then Batman is like hopping off of it into the building, and he like blows up the floor and like takes out a bunch of guys. And that fight scene, it really reminded me of like that alleyway fight scene from Watchmen. Just like the way it's like in the wide shot, you like see them all like Batman's doing like pro wrestling moves on these guys, just destroying them for forever.
I like at that one point, like, instead of having everybody standing around him like the typical way they always do, and then like one guy coming in at once, like at some point there's like 3 guys coming in at him, and Batman's got his back to a dude that's got a knife, and the guy like chink like hits the knife off the back of his metal helmet or whatever, doesn't do anything, and as he's taking out another dude, and then he just turns around and beats the crap out of that guy, and yeah, it looked awesome.
He like hurdles that crate and like slams that guy's head into it.
Yeah. Like punches a dude and embeds his head in the floor.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The shot of Superman in the dark with his eyes lit up red like he was pissed was probably the coolest shot of that whole trailer. He looked awesome.
I like the line. It's like, even you got too old to die young, not for lack of trying.
Yeah.
And then there was that speech where he's like, he's talking about if there's even a doubt that he's our enemy. It's like even like a single bit. We have to take it as absolute certainty. That speech sounded very
Mm-hmm.
Batman, like the most Batman thing I've ever heard in like in a movie.
Yeah, I agree.
I like when the Batmobile hits Superman, just bounces off of him.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool.
Superman doesn't even flinch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like when Superman just shoves Batman away.
Yeah.
And then the scene at the end where he like Superman gets his punch blocked by Batman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that look in his eyes, like, what? That was pretty great.
Now, do you think Superman was trying to hit him as hard as he could? Because
I doubt it.
No, there's no way. He's hitting him as hard as he can because he doesn't want to kill him.
Right. Yeah, and jury's still out for me on this movie, whether it's going to be good or not.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's going to be good.
I don't either, but I think Wonder Woman actually looks really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the stuff I've seen from her, I feel like they might actually do justice to her for once in the history of Wonder Woman.
They're really defining the character, because she's the only time she's ever been in anything else is, like, cartoons and the 70s show.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is their chance to, like, set the tone for who Wonder Woman is today, and, like, yeah. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going on in culture about feminism and women and being represented well in media, finally.
Yeah.
So they have a big chance to do something right, but I don't think they should have given that chance to Zack Snyder.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
But yeah, I was I enjoyed it. I think Ben Affleck's going to do a good job with this Batman from what I've seen. I think he's...
Yeah.
But I hope it's good. I hope that it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it doesn't suck. Just hoping it's at least as good as the Superman movie itself.
What?
I'm hoping it's at least as good as the Superman movie.
Man of Steel?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because if it's any worse than that, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. It needs to be better than that in my book. That was pretty low. Let's move on. Daredevil season...
Move on to your face.
Yeah, the Daredevil season 2 trailer's finally out. It comes out.
Daredevil sucks.
You suck! Hey, this podcast is over. You're fucking dead to me.
Trailer looks good. I just don't know if I want to dedicate my entire life to watching the freaking show.
It's only 13 episodes.
Exactly. That's 13 episodes of my life.
What do you do with your life?
I watch
it's the
cartoons.
Punisher fighting Daredevil on a TV show. This is the moment we've been waiting for our whole lives.
I just want to know at the end, did he know Elektra by her smell? Like, did she fart when she jumped in or something? Or Elektra.
See, I looks like that part.
You look like you've had a lot of carrots today.
I feel like that's something about Elektra. It's like she's so stealthy that he even has a hard time detecting that she's in the room, because that's what it felt like. Because he pulls his knife really quick because he didn't know she was in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like she has, because in the comics she has such control over her heartbeat that even when she's fighting, it doesn't change, it doesn't increase. Yeah. So I feel like he has to notice the absence of something being there. Like a silhouette, for him to actually tell that she's there. That's why he was surprised that she was there,
Yeah, the trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
It started out a little rocky for me, like when he was talking or whatever. It was kind of like the voice that the dude is using was kind of like the overdone Batman thing, like whatever he said on everybody farts, and then was talking about that book or whatever. But
one batch, two batch.
There you go, yeah. One batch. And then it was fine.
That's kind of his voice, though. John Barenthal. I like the line where it's he's taking them out with military precision, and then it shows all those holes in the glass, and they're all dead. I like that part. I liked all the stuff with them, Daredevil and Punisher at the end. They're like debating, like you're not taking this far enough, and he's like, no.
You're just one bad day away from being me, or something like that.
Then they're like, actually, you get to fight. Like, there's a show where Punisher and Daredevil fight, Marcus. It's an actual thing now. We're living in a world where Daredevil and the Punisher fight on Netflix.
But it's on television, and television usually makes everything worse.
No, television is great.
I'll probably at some point I may watch the first season and then maybe watch the second season. But the trailer looked amazing. I'll give him that.
I'm so excited. Much excite.
Very much excite.
Yeah, baby. All right. That's all of our trailers. Let's get into
trailer.
Deadpool.
Cocoa Puff, Cocoa Puff, Cocoa Puff, Cocoa Puff.
Y'all Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds still sucks.
Whatever. Shut up. So my spoiler-free review is it's good. It's surprisingly good. The trailers do it no benefit whatsoever because all the jokes in the trailer are the worst jokes in the movie, or in context in the movie with actual comedic timing, they work better than a one-off joke in a trailer. But
that's good to know.
But yeah, there are tons of jokes in the movie. It's like non-stop jokes, and they're all funny. Some things I want to touch on. I don't think they're spoilery, but the way Deadpool fights in the movie is great. The action's really great. I would describe his fighting style as like hyperactive ninja, because he's always hopping around and he's spinning and like cutting people up, and it's really great. And it's almost like a gag. He's doing jokes as he's fighting, which is great. I loved it. I thought it was really good. I'm going to see it again. I was going to see it again yesterday, but I kept waking up too late. I woke up too late to go at 1, and then I lost track of time at 4, and then like it was 7 o'clock, and I was like, I haven't even put clothes on all day. It's like, I'm not going to do it now. And it's cold out, but I'm going to go on Saturday again. But it's really good. I have all this stuff written down about what I want to talk about, but I can't. But yeah.
Good.
I'm excited to talk about it with you in 2 weeks. So yeah, it's really good. Make sure you stay after the credits. It's a really funny scene after the credits.
Is it a picture of your face?
Yes, it's my face up on the screen going, yip, nip, nip. That's all, folks. Yip,
You didn't say the magic word. You didn't say the magic word.
Yep.
B.D. Wong!
Yep, so after that, Stephen Lang is gunning for Cable in the next Deadpool movie. Do you know who Stephen Lang is?
That name's really familiar. I feel like I should know who it is.
He played the Colonel in Avatar, Colonel Miles Quaritch.
Oh,
he's the guy who has gray hair and he had like a scar on the side of his face. He's just an old guy who's really buff, which is basically who Cable is.
If he plays Cable, I will not see that movie.
You don't like him?
I hate that guy. He's a terrible actor.
He was in the Conan, the Barbarian remake.
He doesn't even sell the old asswipe general guy. Like, he's got no acting ability.
He was in Terra. I mean, I don't remember that much from Avatar. I mean, really, to play Cable, all you gotta be is buff and old. I mean, he would be the straight man in the movie. I mean, Cable is the straight man to Deadpool. So who do you want to play Cable? Who do you think should be? Who do you think should?
Not Stephen Lang.
Okay. There's one off the list.
I don't know. I'm never good thinking on the spot for people like that.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
Dolph Lundgren.
No, absolutely. I want the love child of both of those guys.
I was thinking Liam Neeson.
No, his acting ability is gone. Ever since episode 1, I think he's just given up on acting.
I think he'd be good.
Well, you think stupid.
You're right.
I don't know. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'm terrible at remembering. Let's go with John C. Reilly.
That'd be hilarious, but
I feel like Cable would be better with a good actor that is older and not like very well known.
maybe. Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds says that X-Force is one of his future priorities. He wants to make an X-Force movie. So, who do you think should be on the team for an X-Force movie, and who should the villains be? Villains.
We need X-23, Wolverine, James Proudstar, Deadpool, Domino, and Wolfsbane was pretty cool too.
So you want the who wrote that? Christopher Yost version of X-Force?
I can't remember, but yeah, it came out like I don't know, 6 years ago or something like that, maybe. I don't know.
I know what team you're talking about, but
yeah.
So who do you want him to fight? Or kill, more likely.
See, I can't remember. I can't even remember the villain, like the main villains that were. I feel like it should be like crazy people that are almost unstoppable, like Omega Red type like characters, like the ultimate bad dudes that just need to be taken out because they're always going to be just murdering people.
I'd love to see the Rick Remender team, which was Psylocke, Deadpool, Wolverine, Phantom X, Archangel.
Ooh.
I
think Archangel showed up in the one that I was thinking about too, but I don't think Psylocke ever did.
Yeah. That's it. I'd love them to fight like the Purifiers.
Yeah.
And maybe have a master mold, maybe. Maybe they like get a hold of a master mold or something. So we got some Sentinels, but it's not like the Sentinels that I want. I want like a 10-story tall, like mutants detected.
Yeah.
But
they just need to go and fight the Morlocks. Just wipe them out.
And like the Purifiers are sort of like relevant, like with all the hateful religious groups. Having a hateful religious group as a villain would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love for them to do the storyline with the Apocalypse storyline they did, where like there's like a group of people who worship Apocalypse who cloned him, and or like the reincarnation of Apocalypse is like a kid, and they have to go and get him, but then they like the accident they see it's a kid, and they can't like decide whether or not they're gonna kill him, and then like Phantom X just shoots the kid in the head. And then he
That'd be cool.
But then he clones him and like raises him in virtual reality, and it's a soul nature versus nurture thing. Then eventually Archangel becomes the new Apocalypse, which that was cool, but they would never do like Apocalypse twice.
Yeah.
So there's like so many other villains that they haven't done. Mr. Sinister would be a cool guy that they haven't done yet.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, baby.
Mm.
So yeah. They announced that Wolverine 3, they're targeting an R rating for Wolverine 3.
Good.
Which I feel like this is the starting of a trend of them making a bunch of R-rated superhero movies just because of the success of Deadpool. We're going to see a lot of superhero movies that are rated R. We're going to see a lot of superhero movies that break the fourth wall. Because that's what they do. James Gunn, the guy who directed Guardians of the Galaxy, talked about this. And how after Guardians of the Galaxy, they were trying to figure out what made Guardians of the Galaxy work. And they kept comparing other movies to Guardians of the Galaxy, calling it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's like, but Guardians of the Galaxy was just like original idea, you know? It was colorful, it was fun, where other Marvel movies weren't as much like that.
Yeah. And it was very believable. Like, it felt like, even though it was off-world and all that weird stuff, like, it was very believable. The same thing with the Avengers movies. Like, however they did it, like, it seemed like it was something that could be real, even though it's very not happenable.
Yeah. And after that success of Guardians, it's like you started seeing a bunch of trailers that had pop songs in them, like Guardians did. And like stuff like that. So everyone started copying Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how we're gonna see a trend now. Everyone's gonna be copying Deadpool because of such a success it is. I mean, it made like $150 million in its opening weekend, which is like the highest the superhero movie's ever done in its opening weekend or something.
Yeah.
And and he's just saying we're going to see a lot of R-rated superhero movies now. We're going to see a lot of them breaking the fourth wall, when really it's just like you let people who love this character and who really want him to do him right work on this movie, and that's what the success was. It wasn't because it was rated R, and it wasn't because he broke the fourth wall or anything like that. It's because you had a team of people, and everyone on the movie loved the character, and they worked really hard to get him right, and they did get him right.
Yeah, that's what the big difference really seems to be.
Yeah. So my question is, what characters, since we're gonna get a bunch of them, what characters do you want to have R-rated movies, or do you think should have R-rated movies?
Wolverine for sure. I feel like the only way to do a really, really good Wolverine movie is like that. No more Hugh Jackman, especially if they're going to make it an actual good movie. Because Hugh Jackman was fine in the other ones, but he's not like I don't believe him as the, like, I'm going to cut your throat out type Wolverine.
Wolverine 3 is his last one.
Oh, it's going to be Hugh Jackman's last one? X-Force for sure. Absolutely love X-Force. I mean, if they can make all these other movies good, they can surely make a good X-Force movie.
Lobo?
I never really read much about... I don't know much about Lobo.
Yeah, he's just like a guy from space who kills people.
Yeah.
Moon Knight?
Yes, absolutely. That'd be awesome.
I should have actually come up with answers for this. Yeah.
I was going to say Watchmen, but that's already been done, so...
Yeah, was Watchmen R?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Manhattan walking around with his dick out for the whole movie, so yeah, it was R.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Swamp Thing, maybe?
I didn't read much Swamp Thing. Evan always said it was great.
That was Evan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either, but at least those three, like the Wolverine, X-Force,
Batman?
and Moon Knight, would be great. Batman could potentially, but he's not. He's not. Doesn't usually have to be like his comics. Didn't have to be like super violent to get the point across. But aside from him, always beating the piss out of people. But
yeah. I can't think of anything else. What do you think should be an R-rated superhero movie? Let us know in the comments down below.
yeah.
Or tweet at me.
Tweet.
Or tweet at Marcus.
Tweedly date.
And the last thing I wanted to do was a little fun thing I found on my Tumblr, which was like someone came up for some rules for Legends of Tomorrow Marvel version.
Mm-hmm.
So the rules, you only have to pick 9 characters together in one team, which is based on DC's Legends of Tomorrow TV series. So you have 1 time traveler, 1 human, or it could be a mutant, 1 mechanic, 1 assassin / mercenary, 2 anti-heroes / villains, 2 people that are part of a couple, and 1 scientist.
Science!
So Marcus, I've got mine done. So who do you want your time traveler to be?
And it has to be Marvel Universe?
Yep.
Crap. Bishop.
Okay, Bishop. Your mutant or just a human?
Screw humans.
Right.
I want my mutant to be Nightcrawler.
Okay.
No. Does Archangel count?
Sure.
He's technically a genetically mutated mutant, but I want Archangel if that counts.
Okay. A mechanic.
The only one that really comes to mind is Forge.
Okay. An assassin.
Let's go with Domino.
That's a good one. Your anti-heroes / villains.
Let's go with Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom?
Yeah. Like, are they supposed to be on my team? Like,
yeah, they have to work together.
okay. Yeah, let's go with Dr. Doom. I feel like he'd be reasonable. You could eventually convince him. And, Arcade.
Your couple?
Shut up, Yoshi. My couple. Gosh. It doesn't actually have to be a real couple in the Marvel Universe. It could be whoever I decide to be a couple. Or does it have to be a legitimate couple that's already in the Marvel Universe?
2 people are together or at some point were together, dating, or married.
Luke Cage and Jessica Jones.
Okay. And then your scientist.
Mr. Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be good chemistry. Him and Doom.
That's right. They'll be able to talk it out, work out their differences.
Yeah. All right. So, my team is Iron Lad, who was a young version of King the Conqueror. He was part of the Young Avengers. My mutant is Quentin Quire. Because he's... I tried to go with, like, who would be the most interesting to, like, interact.
Mm-hmm.
So Quentin Quire. My mechanic is Rocket Raccoon.
Nice.
My assassin is Gamora. My villains are the Shocker and Constrictor. My super couple is Richter and Shatterstar, which are two guys from X Factor. And Shatterstar's great. I love Shatterstar. And my scientist is Valeria Richards, which is Reed Richards' daughter. His little 5-year-old daughter. So yeah, that's my team.
Interesting. That little girl gonna die.
Yeah, no way. She's too smart.
I'm 5!
She's gonna be calling the shots.
Got a 5-year-old in charge.
Yep. She's like super intelligent though. She's like smarter than Reed Richards, and she can like talk and stuff.
She was talking in the womb.
Mm-hmm. Her first word was doom.
So, Franklin Richards, does he have the ability to just be everybody or something? Or I don't even know what his powers are.
He's a reality warper. He just changes reality.
That seems messed up. So he's like Scarlet Witch, kind of?
No. He's got his powers taken away and given back and depowered, repowered so much. There's a fan theory that the reason that nobody ages in the Marvel Universe is because Franklin Richards keeps them young.
Yeah. That's a good theory.
Because the Fantastic Four never age.
That's
but
true.
The farther away you are from him, the older you can get. Like a Leech and there's another one. There's a Leech is his best friend, and he's been a child for 30 years. but Kitty Pryde met him when she was 16, and now she's in her mid-20s.
Yeah.
So the X-Men are far enough away that they age up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The Avengers never age, but the Fantastic Four never age.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, there's a theory that Franklin Richards' reality powers are subconsciously keeping everyone young.
That's kind of cool.
Because he doesn't want to grow up.
Mm-hmm. So he's like the Peter Pan of the Marvel Universe.
Kinda.
Or just like Toys R Us.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Yep.
That's our episode this week, Marcus. What'd you think?
Oh my gosh, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen!
Shut up. All right. Well, Marcus.
You shut up.
I think the Predator's here.
Shut up.
Did you see that?
See what? Your head being ripped from your body?
My spine being pulled out.
And then Wicket has been hanging out with Predator a lot. So then after that, he's playing a song on your spinal column. Yep,
that's it, Marcus. That's the end of the episode. Anything else you want to add? We haven't done a pick of the week in a while, so we're not going to do one now because I still don't have one.
Yeah, I don't either.
Sorry,
Old Man
guys.
Logan. It's only the fourth time I've picked it.
Again. I've already suggested it probably, but read Old Man Logan again.
I think I've suggested it 4 times already, so. Yeah.
All right, everybody.
All right, cool. Have a magical week.
Have a magic week.
Magic the
Bye.
Gathering week.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Beverage. The Beverage is available on iTunes or on Libsyn at thebeveragepodcast.libsyn.com. Tucker's my Twitter is at The Beverage, and you can find Marcus at TheMook86. The Beverage is available on Facebook, or you can like us on Facebook. Please like us on Facebook. The Beverage is also available on YouTube at The Beverage YouTube channel. That's all.